Thanks, Hannah and Katie. As the school year is winding down, spring sports are in the peak of their Big Ten seasons.
But don't exclude sports that are looking forward to next year, as preparation is in full swing.
One of those teams would be the Iowa football squad, who finished up their last spring practice of the year Saturday afternoon in Kinnick Stadium.
That's right. Daily Iowan TV sports reporter Nicole Ray has the highlights.
A little rain didn't stop the Iowa football team from having their annual spring game this Saturday at Kinnick Stadium. The defense came out looking strong, while the offense was led by key plays from junior Matt Vandenberg and sophomore Akram Wadley, who scored the only touchdown of the game. We saw the same starting lineup here at Kinnick as we did at the spring practice a few weeks ago in Des Moines, with starting quarterback C.J. Beathard and running backs Jordan Kinziri and LaShawn Daniels Jr. leading the offense. A surprising change came with the starting tight end, as junior George Kittle takes the place of senior Jake Doozy, who was injured during practice and is possibly out until September.
Is a significant injury right now that's going to most likely require surgery.
We also got to see a lot of action from our second team, who had big standouts during the game, including running back Akram Wadley. Wadley was powerful at pushing through the defensive line and making several connections with passes from Beathard, including the only touchdown of the game.
He's quick, he can make plays, and I think he'll be a big part of this offense next year, hopefully.
Wide receiver Matt Vandenberg also shined with big plays for the Hawkeyes and looks to be a good replacement for graduating senior Cavante Martin Manley.
This point, after 15 days, our defense might know our offense better than the offense does, quite frankly. The thing I'd be more concerned about probably just some of the drops that we had. Things like that, the fundamental things that we're going to have to clean up.
While the offense is still improving, it was the defense that dominated in this game, with Coach Ferentz mentioning the great spring seasons of veteran linebackers Cole Fisher and Travis Perry. Defensive back Jordan Lomax also stepped up as a senior leader with huge tackles for the Iowa defense.
If we're going to have a good football team, everybody improves. So I think so far so good. Again, it's been a good spring overall.
The Hawkeyes will go back to work this summer during camp and kick off their 2015 season at home against Illinois State on September 5th. This is Nicole Ray for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
As next season's team is preparing for the future, so are former Iowa players.
The NFL Draft will be held in Chicago, Illinois, April 30th through May 2nd.
Every day this week, we're going to take you through the stories of potential draft picks that came right here from Iowa City.
We start off with a player that started here at Iowa as just a walk-on and eventually became Iowa's starting running back.
Mark Wiseman started his journey on the Iowa football team as a transfer who thought his talents lay in the fullback position.
He eventually found out otherwise, that finding gaps and scoring touchdowns was what he was really meant for.
Wiseman's career at Iowa has landed him at 599 attempts on 2,602 yards, 32 rushing touchdowns, in which 16 of those came from his senior year alone.
He also ranks 3rd in career rushing touchdowns at Iowa, as well as 4th in career attempts and 6th in rushing yards.
His outstanding stats still have him being as humble as ever as the draft is quickly approaching. I got the chance to sit down with the former scoring producer for some thoughts on where he thinks his future might be taking him.
Do you just want to go through these last 4 years at Iowa and what they've really meant to you?
Yeah, Coach Ferentz and the coaching staff gave me a great opportunity to come here after transferring from Air Force, and I just had to, just work hard. You start out behind everybody, do scout team your first year. I had to sit out and, just try and work your way up, and, just when you get your opportunity, and I got my opportunity. A lot of running backs got hurt. There's really no one left, so, just take advantage of the opportunities. That's kind of what Iowa football is all about. There's so many stories like that.
The draft is quickly approaching. What's your mind? What's going through your mind right now?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know if I'm going to get drafted or not, bubble type thing, and who knows. But hopefully I get an opportunity. That's all I can ask for. I'm just excited to see where I'm going to be next. I have no clue right now where I'm going to be in 2-3 weeks now. So it'll be fun. It's exciting, but it's definitely a little nerve-wracking too.
Do you ever think about what your initial reaction would be?
Yeah, it'll be great. I don't know. I really don't try not to think about it too much. I'm not going to watch it. No. I'm sure some people will. They'll tape it or something if it actually does happen. But I don't know. I'm going to try and do something else. Hopefully there's a Blackhawks or a Bulls game on or something that I'll be watching instead. But I'm going to go home and be with family, but not to actually watch the draft.
What have you been doing to keep in shape? Obviously, you've been able to, use the facility, but what have you been doing?
Yeah, I had shoulder surgery almost immediately after the bowl game, so I was in one of those ridiculous slings for about 4 weeks. But even then, I would do biking and all that, even with that on. Then after that, got with Coach Doyle and all the rest of the guys training for the pro days and combine. So, yeah, they got me in great shape for that, and had a good pro day. But yeah, just using this amazing facility that we have now, it's been great just to even have it for a year.
And one thing I really noticed when I sat down with him, he has put on a lot of weight, probably 10 to 15 pounds.
Yeah, you're right. He looked big. He's probably going to need to use that weight in the NFL, probably play fullback as opposed to running back.
Exactly. And for an extended version on that interview, check out DailyIowanSports.com.
As the draft will conclude Saturday, next Sunday's show on Daily Iowan TV will give you all the updates on who was on the chopping blocks and who wasn't.
Katie and Hannah, back to you.